Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Age of Fear 2 with me, Cornish-Knight, as we dive back into the demon side of the campaign. Let's get down to business, as we are trying to escape from the underworld. Now, if only this can work. First things first, we've got to get our troops lined up. I know that I'm not showing off what the different troops are at the moment, you'll see it slightly later on. As I was recording this, what had basically happened was that I had a technical error and the game had crashed, so I was a bit impatient to get the recording on the way and sew it off the action without having to do all the faffle of sewing stuff off, but we will get to it soon enough. So, good formation, I have my range units at the back, checking out her stats. That unholy strength ability that she has is very useful, but it does actually reduce the health of your characters after 4 turns. Right, we're going to go off the bat. Everyone goes offensive. The demons tend to be a very like heavily offensive based army, but in a different way to the orcs. The orcs rely purely on brute force. The demons rely upon ferocity and special abilities. I find a lot of, for example, these greater horrors and the berserkers are mostly abilities based rather than just like stat based. Goblins fighting the slimes. I'm trying to kill as many of them as I can because these guys will be good XP sponges for my characters. I want to try and build them up as quickly as possible. Slimes. These slimes relatively suck. I mean, goblins are relatively easy to kill in the game, so the fact they only got 1 out of like 5 of them is a bit of a disappointment. Right, everybody keep charging. The only thing I do have to be worried about is they have a goblin sapper, so if I push too hard, I might lose him. That glitchy interface. They're fixing it. The developers are fixing it. It's taking them a bit of a time to do it, because obviously it's quite a major overhaul to change your game engine after the game has been released. But hey ho, let's get down to business, keeping our formation going. End of turn. He moves up there. He kills a good amount of them actually. Splash. Ugh, that thing stinks worse than Yagan in the morning. Kill another one. Kill another one. They really are taking things to town, aren't they, folks? So yes, kill those guys. So we won't get as much experience as I wanted. That's a shame. I was hoping for a nice chunk of experience early on against weaker foes. So let's kill as many of them as we can. Send the horrors in. That one's just out of range. Pity. We can shoot that with a mana ball. That one's out of range. Her fireball to just reach, however. Take it out. Push up. All the units push up. Send the berserker after that one. Slaughter him. I should have maybe sent the berserker after the top goblin, but I did not think about that. Keep the formation together. Hide the goblin behind my melee troops, or the imp behind my melee troops. My archer taking a shot at my berserker, misses both times. I'd be interested to see how the other pathway, like trying to sneak through the void tower itself, would go down. Would have been interesting. It probably would have been a lot tougher, and from the sound to it, it would have been artificial constructs guarding the exit. So something like, what, a couple of golems or something, that probably would have been a harder fight. But this is definitely a lot more demony trying to sneak out through secret passageways, though being big and bold is also very demony as well, so it's a hard choice to make. Greater horrors, very Cthulhu-y. Here we go. Great horrors evolve from minor demons after consuming enough mortal flesh. They have unholy resistance. Imps evolve magically skills and minor these demon servants from the underworld, so not be underestimated. And of course berserkers, we've seen berserkers before. But to be honest, imps and berserkers we've seen before, we've seen in the Orc campaign. The greater horrors are new. We have Belkara, unholy strength, +3 attack, -2 defense, +1 health. After 4 turns they lose a health, which is not particularly pleasant. So as you can see, these guys are very heavily ability based. The demons seem to be very heavily offensive based. So let's get down to business, shall we? Right. Slaughter the spiders.
Ready to go.
Pull everybody up. We'll just see how things go, shall we? Archer takes a pot shot, gets netted again. The spider tries to go for him. Kill off the spider. You go and eat the goblin. You go and kill him. Not too bad, we've got some stuff to loot.
Find my sword.
Come on.
I'm on it.
Hack through the cut. Hack through everything. And, of course, as always, I have enemies turning up. Rats are the bane of my existence in this game. You have to be so careful with opening stuff, like opening crates and stuff in this game, just for the sheer chance of something popping out of it. It's almost worth just sending your heroes to open stuff. Heroes and like elite soldiers, you never want to open stuff with normal troops in this game, ever. In case they drop like 3 rats on you and they just munch you on the first turn. I mean, it's happened to me before, and it's very frustrating. So nothing left here, we've got to end the battle.
Her party demolished the goblin slaves quickly, and the tunnel inhabitants fell next. Suddenly, the tunnel was silent again. Belcara did not enjoy killing these weaklings, but she could not allow them to report her whereabouts to the elder demons, or to alert the portal guardians. Stealth and surprise were her only hope of getting to the human realm. The succubus noticed the tunnel walls were glowing with warm light, and came closer to examine it.
Magic crystal, she thought. It might be useful in the human realm. I shall take some of it.
The tunnel seemed to go on forever, as her party spent several hours taking a seldom followed route. After many hours of stealthy travel, they saw light as they neared the end of the tunnel. Belcara knew that the portal was close to the exit.
Stay here,
she ordered the party. She needed to see the portal and its fortifications for herself. She must catch the portal guardians by surprise. The portal looked like a maelstrom upon the rocky ground and pulsed with a pale light. She could see the guardians in this pale light. A few minor demons and a human summoner. Though they did not appear to be much of a challenge, she knew that looks could be deceiving. The human summoner could call on much more powerful demons. These demons would not hesitate to destroy her and her entire party, most likely ripping them to shreds. Still, summoners had one glaring weakness. They weren't demons. Chaos magic, which is used for summoning, is particularly difficult to gather. In addition, it is very unstable. Humans with their pathetic weak bodies needed significant time before being able to cast a spell. She knew she had but one chance. She must kill the summoner quickly before he had the chance to summon more powerful troops.
Great, we got a race against the clock. And depending on how quickly he gets his MP back, this is going to be one hell of a race. So, let's see what we can do, folks. Human intruders summon conclave. Oh, that wasn't planned. Kill him quickly before we can raise the alarm. So we got the demon world boost up, which means we get a health back for all demon units. Right, let's get this done. We need to be super offensive, so I need to have my melee troops at the front. The plan is really simple, which is going to be to smash through with my slower troops or my range units, and then let my berserkers go straight for the enemy summoner. Of equip the health potion. Let's do this. Imps. You wipe out the picket units. We've got to break through. They've got a couple of units between us and the summoner, so our berserkers are going to just have to sprint past them, which I'm not a massive fan of. Yeah, he can summon pretty nasty units, so we're going to have to push hard.
Find my sword.
If we can try and clear them as quickly as possible and get to the summoner, we should be okay. It doesn't look like there's too many of them. So let's see. Ooh, there's ones up there, is there? Okay, so we're looking at 3 up there. A life stealer and 2 imps. Yeah, right, okay. We've got 5 more turns before we can summon a fiend. If we can pressure him into summoning something else, that will buy us more time, but it will require us to get closer, otherwise he's just going to sit there and charge.
Fighting back.
So we've got to hack through that little lesser horror creature. Missed 70%, that sucks. That means we've wasted a turn, really.
Ready to go.
Yeah, hack through the horror. Very Cthulhu-y. I do like Call of Cthulhu, both the computer game and the pen and paper game. By the way, they're releasing a new Call of Cthulhu game soon. Well, not soon, but soon, in the near enough future that I am excited for it. Because the last one that came out a long time ago is very, very, very good. If a little bit unstable now on newer PCs. Right, so fireball. We can't reach anything. So let's just charge. Give it a good whack. Ooh, miss. That's a bad miss. They can't hit anybody. Fortunately, their movement is relatively slow. We'll send this one here to kill the imp. Also, demons seem to take a lot less morale hits when units die, which is really, really useful. So let's push up. All units push up. Yes, that's good, that's good. 4 more turns. Ouch, they managed to hit my hero. Managed to hit the greater horror, and we're getting flanked by units. We still need to break through, or at least get close enough that the summoner panics and starts summoning monsters. Give him a good whack. Kill off that one. That greater horror can... who can he go after? Well, we need to get the berserkers close before anything else anyway. So throw him into it. Send this one up here to kill off our... We missed with that one. Some bad rolls. I'm getting bad rolls. Kill off that one. That one breaks and is going to flee. And we'll send that one to chase down the one that's running away. But even so, that was a pretty poor turn on the dice rolls. He takes a hit. Almost lost the great horror, which would have been nasty. Our turn again. He actually summoned that one, which was useful because it means that he's burnt some of his ammo. No. We regret this. Some rebuff, I believe, from our character, which is always very pleasant as we massacre our way through them. He needs to fall back. This one can go up there and engage and buy us some time. He's not going to get far enough away, I don't think, no, so we're probably going to have to move him up to cover. He'll take a pot shot at one of our imps, probably, because they're the weakest unit. Rightio, let's kill off this one. He's going to recharge his health. Well, isn't this just pleasant? Right. Let's see.
Fighting back.
There's the demonologist is dead. Rightio. let's get this done. Let's kill him, and he resists it because he's got fire resistance. But we kill him off anyway in combat. And now let's see what we can do. We want to get up there to get the treasure chest, and then we want to leave. There's a couple of other places around that we need to get stuff. It's interesting, I find the demons very different to play. The demons have a lot more micromanaging that you need to do with them. They have a lot more abilities than the orcs. But we have to remember that the orcs are raw power, demons are going to require some tact. Ooh, nice weapon. Cursed dagger. Ooh, interesting. I've never used it before. I might actually use it with her. It's quite good. But I think it's a cursed item if I recall, so I have to be careful using it. But it is legendary. Trying to remember the special ability does it have. I think it allows you to sacrifice units to get magical power back. So if you want to make her a really heavy duty ooh, that's a lot of rats. If you want to make her a really heavy duty magic user, that would be very useful, where we'd have to probably spawn a lot of lesser things with her to buy her time. Kill off that one. His morale drops, so now he can't die in one turn. So get down there, finish that one off. So we got a good little bit of loot, not loads, we don't seem to have that much money, which is understandable because demons don't really use money, they use souls. Souls as currency, so let's end the battle and get out of the demon realm.
The summoner and his slaves died quickly. Unfortunately, he had been able to alert the demon guardians before she finished him off. She could see the demons quickly closing in on her party. She knew her party was no match for the demons, so she had only one option. She quickly leapt into the portal to the human realm as she saw the first guardian fiend approach. As she was being transported, she was able to hear the terrified, pain-filled screams of her minions as they were devoured by the demons.
Yeah, I think that was going to happen to us no matter what, so we're going to lose those units because they seem quite OP. Into the human world. Into the lovely, lovely human world. Yeah, I always think we were going to lose those units, but I don't think the game would have allowed us to keep them. They were a bit too powerful early on. Or maybe it was just because they chose that way out. Let's see. Awakes in the wet let's see.
Belcara awoke feeling wet, bedraggled, and with an awful headache. As she became aware of her surroundings, her first instinct was to find a safe place to assess the situation. She tried to stand, but dizziness overcame her, and her legs gave out beneath her. She was lying in a field of dew-covered grass. After a bit of rest, she was able to stand and take in the scenery. She appeared to be in a dark forest. There was no sound, other than that of birds in song. Her skull was racked with pain, and she saw a large, sharp rock where her head fell after her transport through the portal. In times past when she had used the portal to the human realm, her visit had been scheduled, and the portal carefully tuned for her arrival. This time, she had haphazardly jumped in, and now she was reaping the folly of that method. The fresh air was a welcome reprieve from the stench of the underworld. She felt free in this realm. No bloodlord, no elder demons, no conclave. There was no turning back, for if she were to enter the underworld again, she would be found and immediately banished to the void. As soon as she had gathered enough strength, she cautiously left the clearing. She knew the conclave could track her teleportation, so she entered the dark forest.
Interesting. I wonder if that will affect our gameplay.
The forest was not a kind and gentle place, as it was filled with hungry, wild animals. But Belcara knew she'd had no need to fear them. Unlike humans, animals can sense demons. No animal wanted to anger a succubus, even though they are among the weakest of demons. Belcara traveled several days before encountering any humans. She finally found a barbarian settlement. She no longer had her slaves, so she knew she had to gather some more servants in this realm to aid her in her travels. She entered the settlement, appearing to the humans as a vulnerable yet beautiful female. A young man ran to her aid as she dramatically pretended to faint at the edge of the encampment. She felt herself lifted up by the young man's surprisingly strong arms. She was carried to a large tent and placed on a soft pallet to rest. She heard him leave, only to return in a few minutes with another male. She could tell by his presence that the other was the leader of the tribe. He would be her key to getting the settlement under her control. Once alone with the chieftain, she used her succubus charms on him, and he quickly fell under her spell. Within a week, she had the entire settlement bent to her will, and even the local shaman could not resist her chaos magic.
These poor fools will make the perfect sacrifices when the time comes,
she thought to herself. After about a week, she was able to move towards a nearby city with an entourage of barbarian slaves.
Interesting. Is there anything else that's taken up? No. Nope. Into the main campaign then. Be interesting to see what we do. I do love this world map. The developers have worked really hard.
Moving with the entire barbarian male settlement was a slow process. She had not cared about the sobbing wives and crying babes that they left behind. Human concerns did not interest her. One day, during their slow travels in the forest, a barbarian scout ran towards her proclaiming, "Iron Man fights green men. Come quickly, chief woman." The tribe had taken to calling her that since an orgy a previous night. It seemed a title of respect, and she did not mind. In fact, she had quite come to enjoy it. She quickly decided that she would lead her warriors in the direction from which the scout had come. They would not waste any time deliberating about her actions, for she was confident. She and her tribe could deal with anything. She and her tribe could deal with any earthly problems. The scout led them to a clearing where, as they approached, she could see a knight who was barely holding his own against several greenskins. Without help, he would soon be overcome. Goblins are often demon slaves in the underworld, and would not pose much of a problem by themselves. Yet, she also noted the presence of larger figures among them.
Right, so we're back to this screen. Let's see what we can do for our characters. Let's first see our skills. Standard stuff. Ooh, fireball, magical shield, charisma. We'll get experience, just the normal one. We've got a whole bunch of free units: giant spiders, barbarians, berserkers, and summoners. I'll name these guys in a short while. I just need to basically get them into the game first. Yep. Maximum units, people going reserve. So we've got a nice little variety. Some magical units, a lot of melee units. Go straight into the items. So we have the Dark Dagger. Relatively base stats, not too bad. Change the limit to evil. Yeah, there we go. Plus restores 3M magical power. Equip. It's cursed, so if we can't take it off. Well, I'm probably going to make her a magical unit anyway. The problem with this is, like, once I equip it, I don't get any spells from, like, magical staffs, which is nasty. So that's a bit of a risk for me to go to have it equipped, though it will allow me to buff my like base spells quite a lot, because it means I can just start sacrificing stuff. Especially judging from the fact there are summoners, it will probably mean that I can sacrifice my units, my summoned units, with her to boost her magical power, which would be nice. Yeah, it's a bit of a risk. I hope I've done the right thing. A bit of a risk, because I can't take it off now. Yeah, I might have done the slightly wrong thing equipping that, but it means she won't have as much total raw MP, but she will be able to get a lot of magical regen power, which would be nice, especially if we combine it with the summoners who can summon lesser units. Yeah, imps and horrors, so we can just pop those out, just pop them out and sacrifice them to her so she can basically get her magical power back, and we'll start she'll be useful, especially mid to late game where magical energy will start to drop off. So we've got 3 melee units, a summoner, succubuss, and a spider, which will be another support because spiders are weak in melee, but they have some very good entanglement abilities, and I'm going to bet that they will evolve into larger spiders later in the game. Right. Let's see what we have on the world map. Well, in the battle map. I will name all the units and stuff and go through the details next game. I just want to get this battle underway, as they say, because I want to see what this character is, who looks strangely like Guts from the Berserker series. Oh, there's so much light in this realm. Reminds me of home. Smash the Iron Man. Filthy Orc, you won't get me that easily. Charge. Percival. Named character already. Interesting. Now, let us be on our way. Alright, now I feel at home. Let's wait and see. The Curls, Belkara. Demon woman here. Kill her too. What? I didn't know you there. You're thinking, oh, definitely like home. Everybody's trying to kill her. But for now, we're just going to quickly set up our defences, have our melee fighters in the middle, well, in the front of the formation, the Berserker in the middle leading the charge. We'll have the spider slightly back supporting people. We'll have her up here, have the summoner behind her so he can spawn out units for her to butcher to charge up her powers. And that's probably where we're going to end it for the day. Our plan is to push as quickly as possible and save the knight. I don't really want to lose him, but that'll be for next time. Until then, we shall press on and do our own thing. I do hope that cursed dagger will work out. I'm a bit worried about it, to be honest. I hope I've done the right thing. Anyway, I've been Cornish-Knight. If you have liked, please press the like button. If you wish to subscribe, please press the subscribe button. You can follow me on Twitter, you can follow me on Steam. Leave a comment in the comment section and I'll get back in contact with you. I shall see you all next time. Goodbye.